It's my birthday month. I am now 25, which is kind of old. But today's video will just be me yapping about random stuff. Kind of wanted to make a video where I just talk about the year, more about me, because I want to document and journal me throughout the years, because I'm never gonna stop posting, to be honest, until the day I die. And I think it would be kind of cool to have a documentation of how I feel each year, so then when I get old and get dementia, people will have something to look back at. So like 5 more years. Woo! Okay. So first thing, we got a dog. And we sold a dog. Incredible. So this is Dixie. I'm going to be honest, but before her, I was scared of dogs. If you were to draw a Venn diagram of me and dogs, the circles would barely be touching. There'd be only one thing in the middle, and that's that we both bark. So I thought all dogs, for some reason in their DNA, just wanted to play fetch, but not Dixie. Dixie would only play fetch if you had food, in which she would happily participate. It was kind of a joke that she was training us because she wouldn't get in the kennel or anything unless we gave her treats. Throughout the year, we got closer, and unfortunately, we had to get rid of her. It's for the best because her breed is a sheepdog, the ones that work or whatever, and it's kind of hard to say goodbye to a dog. She was very sweet. The biggest thing I felt this year is probably loneliness. Not that I don't have friends or family or anything. Nobody really hears the same voice as I do, because I have enough friends and I spend enough time with everybody. But in the end, I wonder if it will always be just me, because around me it seems like everybody has their person. Not to say that I won't, but I think I'm inherently too selfish of a person right now to be in a relationship. I truthfully don't know if I ever would be selfless enough to work in a relationship, because from my limited understanding of relationships, it's more about compromise and work, which I'm not really willing to compromise. Maybe in the future I'll be a different person. As the person I am now, I don't think so. It is impossible to find people these days, relationship wise, because if you're not going to use apps and you're like me and you don't go outside, where do you meet people? Because here's the thing, don't get me wrong, relationships are not the most important thing, and where I'm at now, I don't really want a relationship, and if I were in one, it would be incredibly unfair to that person. The thing is, I don't necessarily want to be single forever. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because to me a relationship should never be your sole focus, or it should come from other things, because you're not gonna get a good relationship by chasing relationships. But on the other hand, you can't get in a relationship if you don't talk to anyone. I know there's an element of luck to it, because Isagi wouldn't have scored if the ball didn't fall to him, and it's not fair to think that you couldn't be in a relationship when you aren't there for the ball. But it's legitimately impossible. I go 2 places, the gym and the library. Neither of those places are places you want to talk to random people. You could say, oh, go to events, but going to an event for the sole intention of trying to find a relationship feels weird to me. The way I see it is I'm completely fine with being alone, because I have to be. The thing I sort of believe is in fate-ish, where if I'm destined to meet somebody, I will, and at the moment I'm supposed to, you know? And if I haven't met anybody, then I just don't think I'm who I should be at that moment. So it's just constantly working on yourself. The certain amount of quality I want to have in my long-form videos, because my low quality, that's for my shorts. The thing is, anybody can make bad content, but for me, if I don't feel like I lost a part of my soul when I posted it, it almost doesn't feel worth posting, which it's just weird. You get what I'm saying, where you put your heart and soul into a video. The thing is people can tell when you put passion into a video. I don't think I could stick to a certain video game, so there's always gonna be variety. Oh, I watched Interstellar for the first time this year, somehow. I don't know how I haven't seen it before, because I bet in theaters that was crazy, but if you haven't watched it, do yourself a favor, and if you like space movies, please watch it. They film it so well. I like the story, you know, I like all of it, but the biggest thing for me, there's this one shot where it shows Saturn, it shows their rocket ship. It's just a tiny little dot compared to the vastness of the planet. That kind of encapsulates what is so cool about space. You just can't comprehend it. You look into the sky and find comfort, yet if if you truly knew how empty it was, would it still be comforting? How space and time is directly linked? Which, I just don't get it, man. Oh yeah, if you went this fast and then you came back, 500 years would pass. How? I can't wrap my head around it. It's just so fascinating. It's so beautiful, yet horrifying to me. What else is there? I've started to hear voices. That's cool. Okay, we'll talk about the voices. So, I've started hearing voices. Okay, let me preface this. I probably spend around 60 to 70, okay, that's not funny, % of the time alone, my brain has become louder in response, adaptation, soggy. I call it voices because it's so loud it can interrupt other people. If someone's talking to me and then my brain talks, it interrupts them, which sounds like, oh, you're not hearing voices. Theoretically, if you were hearing voices, would you really want to know what they were saying? But I've kind of come to realize that everybody hears voices, because to me, the voices tell me what I should be, what my potential is, what I could be. So if someone was like, oh, you're an idiot, my voice, okay. That's a dumb voices. Am I an idiot? Why would you ever think that? What the voices are like what you could be, what you're, I don't know if this makes sense. Everybody hears different voices. Some people's voices, in an attempt to keep themselves better than others, tell them to put others down. You can hear it. Someone can say something, but their voices say another. So everyone has their own voices, right? And other people just refuse to listen to the voices. Some people don't really know who they are, what they want to be, which sounds kind of terrible, I'm gonna be honest. My voices are so loud, at this point, anyone talks to me, and if the voices disagree, it's like, I don't care, because at the end of the day, you die alone. So why would you want to be anything but the best version of yourself? Okay, and now flow state. Flow state has become more and more popular, I guess, for good reason. We were honestly meant to hit flow state more, and flow state is where I truly feel happy. So like the voices of madness, right? Those are I call them the voices of madness. I kind of have to be mad to be what I want to achieve, right? And those voices are the same voices as flow, if that makes any sense. It's something new. Okay, I sound schizophrenic. Where when people are in flow state, you can hear their voices. You can hear their flow. It's exhilarating. And when yours matches up, there is no better feeling in the world. Is everybody's flow unique? And honestly, I will say yes. And when I thought about that, I was like, what's my flow? And I don't know exactly what my flow is, but something about my flow state, no matter what it is, no matter who it is, my teammates, the enemy team, people just get mad at me. Maybe I was just born to aggravate others. Sorry, this sounds like a really, you can tell I've spent a lot of time alone. No, when the voices don't agree with people, at certain points it's just better to be without them. Flow state's cool. I love flow state, I'm gonna be real. Okay, one thing I've also noticed this year is your brain can't really comprehend the difference between what is reality versus what you could make up in your head. You know what I mean? No, you don't? Okay. Because you could go, oh, I feel crappy all the time, and that will become your reality if you focus on those things. And for me, I have done it so much where I don't feel like I'm in the same reality. Not like okay, I'm not helping the case. When you hear the voices, you kind of have to be delusional, right? Because I want so much. My favorite sin? Greed. People say things and I realize, I guess that's not the reality yet. Flow state. Anime. I don't know if this was this year. Blue Lock season, U20 was great. Blue Lock will always be my #1 anime. It doesn't matter. People don't hear the voices. Nobody understands Isagi Yoichi like I do. We're literally the same. No anime has spoken to me like that, but I get that it's a personal thing and that most people won't really like it, but that doesn't matter because it's for me. Probably my favorite anime I've watched outside of that, I really liked Dr. Stone. So the first episode, spoiler alert, they all die. The first episode got me hooked, and I really like how in Dr. Stone they kind of talk about the process of making things. I thought that was so cool. Just the way they explained it and how we made things from the earth is really really interesting. You have like the anime tropes or whatever, where they're not realistic humans, but the science and stuff is realistic, which is really cool. The newest season of I Got Reincarnated into a Vending Machine's out. I watched the first season of the Vending Machine reincarnation one because I was so intrigued on what it would be. So the gimmick of it is he can transform into other vending machines, and that's how they do it. He stays a vending machine. It's not good. The Chainsaw Man movie, honestly, I'm not a fan of Chainsaw Man because it's a little too down bad for me, but the movie was honestly phenomenal. I tried to watch Fear, and I will. The thing with Fear, it was kind of depressing to me, like the first few episodes. I don't know if it I assume it gets better. Just the whole, oh, I realized I loved him back, but it's too late, and I don't know. At the time, I couldn't really handle it, and I get that it is quality, and I will watch it, just not yet. JJK? Was that 2025? JJK is peak. I just love JJK. Oh, Solo Leveling. Was that this year? Solo Leveling's good. Where you get to watch a guy that kind of just kills everything, which to me, you're like, man, that's me right there. I did start ReZero. I got pretty far. I will finish it. I don't know when. I haven't been watching much lately. I really liked the idea of ReZero because it's kind of horrifying, but it's cool. Anyways, thanks for watching. Until next year, see ya.